Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today, as you can see, we've got the Ringside exclusive CM Punk Ultimate Edition, and I am super excited to get into this action figure review. This came right before Crown Jewel, actually begun in a sense. I think it came at 110. So, the match, the first match was just starting as I was getting this, in hand. I kept my eye out for it because I knew it was coming today. Came actually a couple days early, too, which is always a great thing. But taking a look at this nice custom packaging, I love the red, white, and blue color scheme on this. The nice color scheme to match the attire of the figure. You got the nice promo picture of him here, the scratched WWE logo there, going back to the pictures on the back of the box, and he got his name in Ultimate Edition right there. CM Punk written here in the corner with Ultimate Edition here on the top. Really nice action figure packaging here. I can't complain too much about the packaging, and hopefully I can't complain too much about the figure, as I needed this piece to continue the collection of all the newer CM Punks that are coming out, along with the fact that, of course, I'm just trying to get my CM Punk collection up there. There's a couple of guys that I like to collect a lot of their figures, and or just out of sheer sake and coincidence, I haven't missed on buying their figures so far, with Braun Breaker. But CM Punk is one of those guys that I'm trying to get all the figures of in the wave and stuff like that. But yeah, either way, now that Crown Jewel has concluded and all that fun stuff, no, I won't be spoiling it here. Go watch it your damn self, or go get spoiled by What Culture, by whoever else. We are here for the figure, and now let's break this CM Punk out of his plastic prison now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys. Now that we have the CM Punk out of his plastic prison, we can go all over everything that's good, bad, and downright ugly with this figure, as I don't have a lot of bad things to say, but the bad things I will say might make you second guess on if you actually want to spend the pretty penny you're gonna spend on Ringside to get this. And I say it like that because I want to say I spent roughly a little over $50 for this. Was it $50? I'll have to double check that just to make sure with my bank statement. But, of course, getting into his accessories, not a whole lot, which is very shocking for an Ultimate Edition, let alone a Ringside exclusive Ultimate Edition, at least in my humble opinion. He does come with two sets of interchangeable hands. You've got his mic/weapon holding hands already pre-plugged into the figure. Then you get his go to sleep or slappy hands with his finger tattoos and the nice big old X on his hand. I can't wait for the new Ultimate Punk so we can see the sculpted on wrist tape and just see how nice that is gonna look. But I digress. Getting into the other things, he has 3 different interchangeable head scans, one pre-plugged into the figure. We will look at that one later on, but first one's first, we've got this screaming head scan, and I understand why some people don't like it. I personally don't care for it the most, but for a screaming expression by Mattel, I think this fairly well nails the look you're going for. Though I think the one eye on mine, if I can get it to fucking focus, is a little misprinted. I don't know, maybe it's just me. but from afar, it does not look all that bad. Then you've got the kiss blowing head scan, and one thing I didn't mention with the other one, but I will mention it with this one. I do love seeing the small inclusion of the lip ring. If I can get this fucking phone to zoom in there we go. I know you might be able to see it at least a little bit, but he's got his lip ring, and nice little details like that go a long ways. And I also do love the messiness of the hair to just pinpoint the accuracy of the time frame here, as this would have been 2011. If I recall correctly, does it say on the back of the box? Oh yeah, right there, Money in the Bank 2011. Anywho, you also got this nice fabric white t-shirt. Already can tell, and I'm not saying this because of course, everybody says it once they put the shirt on, but this shirt already looks a little way too big based off the fact that the shirt graphic doesn't even touch the edges the way it probably should. So that's a little interesting, though it is still a nice t-shirt nonetheless. And here's where gripe number one comes in for me, is this WWE Championship accessory. Now, I'm not hating on him getting the accessory, but first of all, why does he get the more proper looking championship in the promo package with the prototype figure than he does actually in person when you get the figure in hand? Because I don't know if maybe this is just mine, but why does the championship look like that? The scratch logo is supposed to be silver or gemmed up looking, kind of like how the side plate looks in a sense, it's supposed to have that silverish look to it. And that's already mistake number one. And mistake number two, why doesn't it fucking spin? I say it like that because, if we were still dealing with this retro version of the belt, I wouldn't be complaining too much. This is nice, shiny. Neither of them spin, but I kind of do appreciate the newer look. As far as the gold and stuff goes, I do wish the silverish look was on that belt. But here's prime example number one. It fucking spins. Mind you, it says John Cena on the nameplate, but it fucking spins. And this one came with the Ultimate Edition RVD. I want to say you can also get this same championship with the Elite 100 John Cena. I want to say it's the Elite 100 John Cena, but don't quote me. Now, moving all the bullshit to the side, we can get into the CM Punk Ultimate figure itself. Now, first things first, the last head scan. I think by far, this may be one of the best retro Punk head scans on the Elites and or the Ultimates. I want to say they've come out with a few basics that have some pretty nice head scans, like the ones with the mutton chops from 2014 and stuff like that. Kind of want to get a few of those head scans just so I can play around with some of the different looks that CM Punk had. But yeah, no, this head scan is probably one of the better CM Punk head scans. And in all honesty, it may be the best CM Punk head scan we've had since he came back. Getting into all the nice goodies, we've got the nice tattoo work here between the one sleeve with all the blue, the little bits of green like you see up here in the sleeve, and just all throughout the different colors you'll see in this one sleeve, to the chest tattoo, to the different sleeve over here on the other side with the ice cream cone and all that kind of fun jazz. Of course, some of them are being hidden by this white elbow pad, but You could remove this if you really wanted to. I'm not going to take the time to do that though. You get his white wrist tape with his X hands. You've got the drug free written across the knuckles there. Of course, the iconic Money in the Bank gear here, looking nice from the front side, but a little fucka-ucky on the back, cause look at all that missing paint, and it went right to his ass. No diddy. But like, seriously, what in the fuck is wrong with this paint application? It looks way better in the front than it does for most people, because like I've noticed sometimes it looks like it's crooked, but then back here nice and straight. Just fuck the paint app though. So there's gripe number 2 with this figure, guys. And then you come down here, you got the nice black knee pads with the nice looking kick pads with messy paint apps here, got a paint splodge up here, got a paint splodge over here, got missing paint from here, and I want to say just this area in general really does not look like it was painted all that well either. Just quality control issues all the way around. But I will say it like this CM Punk definitely poses fairly well, especially for a more modern Ultimate Edition. I guess you could have your gripe with it there, because you know it's going to have the drop down hips, as you can see right there, drop down hip. But that's really not the hardest thing to work around once you know how to play around with the drop down hips. I'd say it's just a little tricky. You've got the feet articulation here with the ankle rotation and the toe bend along with the ankle bend, but I'm not going to go out of my way to show that. You've got the kick pad rotation here, upper thigh cut, got waist swivel. Got a decent ab crunch on this figure, especially for it being an Ultimate Edition. They're not very well known for their ab crunches, but the back bend definitely nice. You've got, if I can bend the elbow here, double jointed elbows with the upper arm swivel, wrist swivel with wrist bend. You've got the butterfly articulation here in the shoulders, along with a little bit of neck movement here. Of course, he can move his head 360 and up and down and all around, just not all that much movement because he's not on like a ball hinge. But yeah, why don't we get into a little bit of Pepsi Phil comparisons, just so you can maybe see some of the other figures here in the collection that are not AEW related, because I don't feel like pulling all those out. Actually, just a little quick note before I get in there too, I kind of just noticed how wonky this torso looks. Like, it looks like it was melted a little bit down here, and then up here it wasn't fully able to press in correctly. As you can see, the shoulder's a little bit lifted on this side, so that's lovely. But yeah, let's get into those Punk comparisons now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got them all laid out, this is all of my Mattel Elite Series CM Punks, along with now my Ultimate Edition CM Punk. I do own one of the AEW Supreme Punks, and what was it? I think it was the Unmatched Punk, the one with the long tights that he wore in AEW. And I also have the, what was it, the one where he returned, where he's got the tight pants with the white the white-soled shoes and shit. So I've got quite a bit of a nice punk collection. Used to have a couple other punks, but sadly a couple of those other punks broke. So we're stuck dealing with what we've got for now until I can either find or afford the other punks that I want in my collection. But yeah, so you guys may be wondering from just seeing this, as you can tell, we've got quite a variety, except for two of them. Why do I have two of the top picks? Well, I can kind of answer that with this one that used to be a top picks, but now is my work in progress War Games gear CM Punk custom that I started a couple weeks ago while I was off of work and just have yet to want to continue just because I'm a bit lazy. Decaling really isn't my specialty, so I guess we can say it like that. But I guess while we're here, because we're already almost at the 20-minute time limit, we can kind of just get into our star rating and stuff of that nature, and we can just talk about how we feel about this punk real quick and sign out, because sadly I do have work tonight, and I have work here in the next roughly 5-ish hours, so I've still got some decent time to go to sleep, but I, gotta rush through this so I can go to sleep. No pun intended there, since, haha, GTS, go to sleep. But on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rank this figure? Well, knowing that I have all the paint app problems, and there's a couple other things I have small gripes with, and we can explain all that real quick, right? So all the paint app issues between the back end of the decals on the trunks to the paint apps on the decals on the kick pads, that CM Punk, it's a little wishy-washy there. We've also got the issues with the torso as well that I pointed out earlier on in the video. You've got the fact that the championship it comes with is a older model, not even painted fully 100% accurate either, which may not be the biggest ordeal, and it really isn't. But come on, if you're not gonna give me mixed spinners, if you're not gonna give me mixed spinners here, at least fucking paint it right. All right, my guy. God damn it, Tal. How hard is that, Bill? How hard is it, Bill? Is it really that hard, Bill? If you don't know who I'm talking about Bill Makita, I want to say his name is, or at least that's how you pronounce it. Not hating on Bill, just, come on, I really would love these paint applications to be a tad bit better. Mainly say that because of how my return gear looks down here in the kick pads a little bit, and I think there might be a bit of smudging on the trunks. I can't really remember. This might be one of those gears where they got lucky with it because it didn't have a bunch of color behind the stars and shit, but oh wait, no, it wasn't in the trunks, it was right there in the wrist tape. But yeah, so, there's always some sort of fun bullshit when it comes to the modern day WWE figures. I think there was a little bit of an issue with my Macho Man Punk gear, aka my Macho Man Punk gear with a knee pad swap, because I don't have any other bright ass yellow knee pads, so the black backed yellow knee pads will have to do. But yeah, so with all of those issues, one more thing. Why didn't he come with a set of fist hands so then I could have him beating the shit out of Cena or Vinnie Mac or maybe even John Laurinaitis if I really wanted to? It should have been a thing, easily could have been done. Whack, really whack that they didn't include at least a set of fist hands, when it's almost like a base standard that they get 3 head scans, a championship, like 3 interchangeable hands. I don't know why they cheaped out on this one, but womp womp, I guess. So with all that being said, I'm gonna have to give this man's a good whopping. Honestly, I'm gonna give him a good solid 7. Maybe a good solid 6.5 would do as well, but I'm gonna say a good solid 7 out of 10. Whop down to good knocking 3 points for all the product, like quality control issues. Just all around not the greatest time to want to work around something like that where, great figure, and then you get down to the kick pads. Great figure, but then you look at its ass. Great figure, but from a distance it looks even better because now I don't see all my paint fuck ups here. You get what I'm saying? You guys might get what I'm saying, but if you don't, that's alright, because this is just my opinion after all, and when you get this figure, you may also have a different opinion. 7 out of 10 still is not a bad score in my opinion. It is just not the best score, and it could definitely be better, but if it wasn't for the quality control, he would have gotten a good solid 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a good solid 9. But, womp womp, I guess. But speaking of a womp womp, I guess we can get into the Dave Meltzer star rating. Realistically, it's just me converting the last one, but making it make sense for 5 whole measly stars. So, we said 7 out of 10, right? Solid 2.5 out of 5 stars. I feel works for the Dave Meltzer star rating, aka the good old 1 to Young Buck match, as I tend to call it. Didn't necessarily say it outright, but at the end of the day, I don't have much else to say, and we're already over 20 minutes, so we're gonna sign out of here. All I can say is hopefully you guys enjoyed Crown Jewel just about as much as I did, because I definitely enjoyed it. There was a couple of things I honestly didn't need to see on the pay-per-view, like Rhea versus Raquel. Sorry, not sorry. Good match and all. Just kind of a weird finish, realistically, in my opinion, to have Roxanne come out there, try to help her, and still fail anyways. Like, I get it. Roxanne's on her Super Cena push. Rhea's on her Super Cena push, but womp womp, I guess. That and what was it? I feel like there was one other match I was saying to myself, I could have watched this on SmackDown and been happy with it. I feel like, maybe it was just both of the women's matches in my opinion. Because Jade versus Asuka, like, it was still a good match, just really wasn't my cup of tea when it came down to that finish. I felt like that finish was just a little wonky, but whatever. Done talking about Crown Jewel. I did say I wasn't going to spoil it, but I assume most of you are not watching by now, so sorry if I did spoil it for you, as I didn't really mean to spoil anything. If I did actually spoil anything, I don't even exactly know what I just said 2 minutes ago. So, womp womp, I guess. Oh yeah, I did spoil the end of Rhea versus Raquel, so But yeah, on that note, like the video if you guys would like to, if you guys would like to like the video, feel free to like the video, and if you guys did not like the video, well, womp womp, I guess. But if you guys did like the video, feel free to go check out some of my other content. We've got plenty of other action figure content, such as, action figure reviews, as you're watching right now. We just recently reviewed the Monday Night Wars Stone Cold Steve Austin Elite. Such a great figure that is. We also did review the TMNT Cody. We released our most recent part to our United Kingdom tour, part 1 to night 3. Sheamus versus Wardlow for our North American Championship here at Damn Defiant Wrestling. Hopefully you guys tuned in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you didn't, well, what are you waiting for? Go be defiant and go watch some damn Defiant Wrestling. Enough promoting my own cheese here. as you guys can tell, we've got plenty of content. I will say I definitely do hope you guys check out some of the pig fed content, though, if you guys are interested in that. Speaking of, if you guys are interested, it would be a great help if you guys could feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. We are currently on the road to 400 subscribers, currently sitting at 386, as you can see on the screen there. And well, I'm pretty happy with our progression so far. I will say it like this, because I didn't even realize it myself until maybe like a couple weeks ago, and then I reminded myself while watching Crown Jewel. We are slowly approaching year 3 of being here on YouTube. Super excited to say that. I don't know if I'll actually really do a video. Maybe I'll kind of post, well, another year here on YouTube, kind of like I did last year. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird to think that I've been on here for 3 years and I'm almost at 400 subscribers. It's really crazy. It is, because I never thought my YouTube channel would get to the point where it's at right now, and honestly, I never thought my Instagram for this YouTube channel would blow up and have a little bit more interactions and views and shit on the post than it would here on YouTube. So I guess if that's something to like mention, maybe if you guys could, feel free to share some of this stuff around with your family or friends who are also interested in action figure content, wrestling related. Of course, I'm not going to tell you to send someone who loves Transformers to come subscribe here, but maybe they like wrestling too and they wouldn't mind taking a break from watching an Optimus Prime review. I don't know. But what I do know is that we are gonna get ready to sign out of here. So yeah, I don't have much else to say realistically. Maybe I'll go watch some Alex Webb, just cause I tend to get reminded quite often about how apparently you guys tend to find my videos through Alex Webb, which is kind of nuts. I mentioned him like once in one of my videos, how I loved his content, and every now and again, he's one of the reasons why my shit, like, gets searched up or whatever. I don't even think he's aware of me. So, you know, Alex Webb, if you are aware of me, shit, feel free to let me know. I will fucking be so fucking, like, gracefully happy, I guess you could say. But yeah, on that note, we are going to sign out, because this video is almost a half an hour long, and I know half of you are not going to watch nearly half this long. So have a good rest of your day, evening, night, morning, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I am not in your time zone, but I do appreciate you for sticking around this long. And yeah, on that note, deuces, ooses, yeet.